Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Frenchie Farts podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Hannah Davis, and I'm joined today with my other host,
Hayden Nooner. What's up, guys?
Our special guest.
Hi, I'm Steven Vick.
And today's topic of conversation is superheroes, superpowers.
This is your disclaimer that this is probably going to get very nerdy.
I can talk about it.
Maybe argumentative. We'll see.
Probably won't fight about it. All of my knowledge of superheroes is limited to the movies that I've seen, like in the few TV shows.
So I've got video games, a couple TV shows, three comics.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I am a comic book nerd.
Yeah.
I'm not now. I was when I was younger.
And our podcast producer is a very large superhero nerd. So,
how dare you talk about his weight like that?
He's not normally sized.
Comic book nerd.
Massive fan of superheroes. I'm
Poor joke.
Sorry. I love it from our regular videos.
What a dead
the
joke.
Biggest winner. Our big winner.
So, do you consider yourself, guys, DC or Marvel fans? If you had to pick one.
Marvel.
I see. I'm DC, like without question.
Marvel live action, DC animated.
I'll accept that answer.
Yeah, DC animated movies and TV shows are they're great. Live action is hit or miss.
It's just that.
I do like
some Gotham
Arrow
was
and
good.
Flash. Gotham was great.
It was fine. It was weird.
The first season was good.
I love how weird.
Do we agree to that? The first season of Gotham was good?
Okay. All of the DC TV shows are done by the CW, which means that the acting is terrible.
Well, they're all
every time.
Okay. And then they go on too long.
Well,
like Arrow was great. It went on too long. Flash was great. It went on too long. Supergirl, great. Went on too long. It's okay to have a two-season show.
Great choice of actors for those roles, though.
Yeah, I'd say for the
Just
for
something
the leads,
about you can tell.
Just because the acting was bad doesn't mean the actor themselves wasn't good for the role.
And you can tell when a show is produced by the CW because they have like a very specific cheese to them. It's a very specific, like we don't want to spend past a certain amount of money cheese to them.
Mm-hmm.
And like every episode of a DC TV show reads like an episode of Supernatural.
But I think you also have to throw some of that cheese. Why don't you
come for my Supernatural?
Oh, I will come for your Supernatural. I'm much more educated on that.
So will I.
I think we have to acknowledge sometimes that comic books themselves have a lot of cheese.
That's true. But like it's less of like
I defer
into
to our
camp.
list we prepared. Just that. So great segue. We have prepared a list, several lists actually. We just have discussed our 5 favorite superheroes or the best superheroes. The 5 best villains, the 5 just stupidest or dumb superheroes and or villains, and then we're also going to discuss just powers in general. So we want to just start with heroes, nice and
you're starting with
clean off the bat.
Start with the actual thing.
We do our whole list, or do our 5s and then our 4s and then our 3s.
Let's do that. Let's do our 5s, our 4s, and 3s like we did last time.
Are yours in order?
No, mine are in no particular order.
Okay.
So you just want to list them since he doesn't have his in order?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. I will go first. I will do mine backwards. I did an honorable mention Green Arrow. I love Green Arrow.
Which version?
Oh, I am all versions.
Okay.
All versions of Green Arrow.
Green Arrow is... I stand Green Arrow.
Okay.
If I didn't hate his emblem, I would have it tattooed on my body. But it needs more. DC, make his emblem better, and I'll tattoo it on my body. So number 5 would be Hot Girl.
Hot,
not hot.
Hot
but
girl.
Although she was
hot, yes.
Specifically the Justice League TV show version, voiced by the mom from Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yes,
you didn't know.
I did.
Love her.
Makes sense.
Number 4 would be Dr. Fate, also DC.
Okay.
Number 3 would be Raven from Teen Titans.
Okay.
2 would be Shazam.
Oh.
That would be specifically comic book Shazam.
Okay.
I don't really like any of the other iterations of it, with the exception of like the Injustice video game. I like that version of Shazam.
Okay.
And then my number 1, drum roll, would be Storm.
Okay.
Fair. What does Dr. Fate do? He like tells the future.
All magic things.
Gold helmet.
I know what he looks like.
He has magic. He has lots of magical.
I know what he is from Injustice. From watching Rhett play Injustice.
Doctor Strange in the DC world.
Yeah, he can do lots of things. And
he's the DC Sorcerer Supreme.
Basically. Yes. And it depends on what you're watching to like how wide that net goes. Like in Injustice, he kind of gets nerfed a bit, but then like in Justice League, he's really powerful, and then he's not as powerful. He kind of like floats on the outside some, so he's not like always around.
The magic people tend to.
Yeah.
Because of Hawk Girl and Dr. Fate, the Justice League episode with Solomon Grundy.
Yes, with her mace being anti-magic. Yes, great episode.
Here, I'll say it before I say my list. Okay, I tend to gravitate towards like the mystical, magical of the sides of superheroes.
Me too.
However, I can acknowledge that it makes it harder to understand the quote unquote science of superheroes.
Okay.
I have this thing where I love magic and stuff like that. I don't like it when something they start to try to like scientifically explain something and they have to make up
like midichlorians.
Yes, that's like make up fake science because my brain is like, okay, all right, I'm gonna try to understand this, and then it doesn't make sense.
Midichlorians are high,
like the midichlorians. Like you said something earlier. About,
Thor's magic and stuff.
Yeah, Thor's magic. They like looked at under a microscope or something, and I'm like, well, there's no point.
It's just super advanced technology.
But also because of that, every iteration of the same magical character is going to be a different level of power. Sometimes they're going to be like all powerful, and then sometimes they're going to be completely nerfed. And there's no
especially when you understand it.
There's no like gauge for magic beings. However, there are several of them on my list. Do you want me to go next? You want to go? Okay.
Go ahead.
My top 5 personal superheroes, starting with number 5. Doctor Strange. We were just talking about it. And then Storm is on my list as well. Scarlet Witch. Captain America, Steve Rogers specifically. And then Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
Solid list.
Which, like live action or animated?
Or just in general?
Peter Parker. Okay.
Yes. My honorable mention is Yelena Belova, but I think it's just because I like Florence Pugh.
She's great.
It's a great character.
She's great. She's so funny. Her and the Hawkeye TV show was really good. That's one of the better Marvel TV shows.
I will say I am sorry if you're watching this, you're not. But I do not love Haley Steinfeld. The way she acts is weird.
Haley Steinfeld, if you're listening, I do love you.
I'm sorry.
I love you.
Contact us,
it
please.
It has nothing to do with you.
You're a great Kate.
I will take the blame. I find her really obnoxious to watch.
You
should.
In
that.
You should watch. And that she's good. You should watch Arcane. She's a voice actress in this, and it's wonderful. And everyone should watch Arcane. Just do it. It's phenomenal. Talk to your No Notes TV show.
Yeah. No notes.
No notes, except for fake science and the magic. I hate that. So
just give magic. So that's okay for magic to be magic.
Explain it. It's magic. You're not.
I know because there's an episode of Young Justice I hate because they're trying to explain the Dr. Fate mask.
Yes.
No, it's a cursed mask.
Our producer wants to say something.
She's also the voice of Gwen in Into the Spider-Verse.
I did not realize.
Yes, she is.
She's a good voice actress.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right, Mr.
So in no particular order, except for since it was mentioned by someone else, I also had Raven from Teen Titans.
I love her too. She's one of my honorable mentions, but I just like a goth girl. So
in a similar vein, I guess just because of the darkness, Nightcrawler from X-Men Evolutions.
Oh yeah.
If I had seen X-Men 97, I'd probably enjoy him in that too.
He's fine.
No? Okay.
He's fine.
He's definitely
he's
definitely great in Evolutions.
He doesn't center on him at all. He's just kind of there sometimes.
Then we have in the mutant side category, Wolverine, specifically Old Man Logan.
Fair.
Wolverine. I love how he doesn't need to be doing it anymore, but he still does it. It's really good. Another mutant is Static from Static Shock.
Oh, yeah.
And then one just because it was a separate thing.
He's not a mutant?
In the TV show, it's a mutation.
But he's not an X-Men.
That's a Marvel thing.
Yeah, right. But I mean, it's not...
He's a DC
mutation. It's a completely separate thing.
Yeah.
You're not a mutant.
Yeah. Mutant belongs to Marvel. He's a DC being with mutated genes.
There are mutations in.
It's the purple cloud. I can't remember what it was called in the TV show.
DC refers to him as metahumans.
Metahumans. And then last, but definitely not least, Buttercup.
From Powerpuff Girls?
From Powerpuff Girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Buttercup.
Great choice.
Steven
Because
also likes a
she's
girl.
the toughest fighter. Well, yeah. Raven and Buttercup. I
love them.
You gave us this prompt. I sat there staring at it for 5 minutes before I asked clarifying questions. Because first of all, it's very subjective. Second of all, there's so many super people.
Yeah, if you stick in the two universes, yeah. But if you branch into animes or if you consider wizards, people with magic powers,
and TV show Heroes, and The Boys, and all those other shows.
I sat there scrolling through a list of all these names. I had 30 people on my list. I don't know how I cut it down to these 5, but I have.
That was hard.
These are my favorite as of this recording.
Yeah, it'll probably change.
This will change.
All right, our next one will be. This is probably my favorite list.
Dang.
Was
Girl.
the villains. I like a villain. I was gonna say I like a villain.
I like a good villain.
I will DNF a book, a TV show, or anything if the villain sucks.
Oh, so many. That's why some of the. I'm so sorry. Please don't cancel me. That's why some of the basic superheroes I don't like, because sometimes their villains are basic, and then I don't like them.
You know who doesn't have a basic villain? Mr. Batman.
Mr. Batman does not have a basic villain.
Oh my god.
Mr. Batman has a...
No,
he's got either really good or really terrible.
He's got too many.
He has them a lot, but they're all pretty solid.
Okay, so do you want me to go first this time?
Yeah.
Okay. So my top villains are Hela, Poison Ivy, Mystique. That's the one I was asking about. Is it's a villain? Yes, it's a villain.
Yes.
Loki, specifically Tom Hiddleston's Loki, and Magneto.
There's nothing incorrect about that entire list.
My honorable mention is Harley Quinn, just because I love her.
Fair.
Yeah, she could also be on my superhero list at this point.
I gotta say, I was never a Hela fan. Again, I'm not a Marvel comic fan, but Cate Blanchett's Hela is so good. It's one of the best acted.
She's so scary.
Super villain roles ever.
She's so scary.
You see her in that Lord of the Rings show that I'm sure no one's heard of ever before. When she goes scary face.
Oh,
and nobody's ever seen that movie.
Yeah, no one's heard of Lord of the Rings.
Indie film.
Yeah,
a little indie film, but might not have heard of it, called Lord of the Rings.
And the Hobbit. She goes scary.
Yes, that's my list, and that is me staying in superhero realms. If I branched out into other places, none of these would make my top list of villains.
Yeah. It was I started thinking into the Sailor Moon era, because
those are superpowers.
Some good villains.
Yeah, those are superpowers. I would let you consider. I would let you consider that, because I have one anime character on my other list.
I was I'm gonna stay away from there, because I would have because some of those really specific fandoms would have just taken the
top 5, all Sailor Scouts.
It's Sailor Saturn #1.
Which one's Saturn?
She is not around a lot. She's spoiler alert.
From this 1990 anime.
She sacrifices herself at one point, and it's just it's this great moment. And Minnie Moon screams her name, and if you listen to the
Minnie Moon. Okay.
Yeah, she's little. If you listen to the sub version, the voice actress, when she screams her name in Japanese, heartbreaking. So she's little.
What does she look like? Which one's
she has short hair.
Got it.
And
is she one of the couple thing?
No, that's Neptune and Uranus.
Okay. I don't know Sailor Moon except for a few things.
I feel like you would really like Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
I would love Sailor Moon. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Oh, myself.
It's good. It's good.
It's not my favorite because it falls into the genre of the.
It's one of those things
what are they called? Shonens.
Yeah, it's a weird mix of camp, and then
it's cute.
It's very campy. It's cutie. But then if you keep watching, especially the most recent version, it gets a little. They try to go a little too anime with it, and it gets a little
takes itself a little seriously. Yeah,
it's interesting because a lot of animes use Sailor Moon stuff to like
Yes.
the anime.
Well, because it was one of the first ones, like it and Dragon Ball and Pokemon. Were the
And
ones that
it
got
really
huge.
invaded like normal pop culture. Like, I mean, they sell Sailor Moon stuff at Hobby Lobby. I mean, that's
You made it big.
a lot of anime.
Got the Hobby Lobby.
It's
A lot
true.
of anime doesn't get seen in places like that.
The Christians like you.
The Christians like you. You're good to
Fair,
go.
fair, fair.
Whose turn is it? We only talked about mine.
You want to
Okay.
yours? It's yours.
Oh, okay. So no particular order. But I do have a reason for each one of these. So Magneto
Yes.
Yes.
turned evil because of a very traumatizing event that
I would
Like-
say that I understand his motivation so
Yeah,
much that he
I
might
get
not be
it.
a villain.
I get it. He is
It
definitely
depends.
he's definitely a villain, but
He
like
definitely
I
does
get it.
villainous things.
No, he does villainous things.
I get it.
Certainly.
Darth Vader
Fair.
does have superpowers
Yes.
in terms of
Science
the-
magic.
Then
the
all
way that
Jedis
we're
have
going, but-
superpowers?
Yeah.
Science magic.
Science magic.
Force power. It's literally called a force power.
Yeah.
So it's a superpower.
Okay.
But it's Darth Vader because he's iconic.
That's fair.
Like that's the reason why he's top 5.
That's fair.
Omni-Man
From
Invincible
Oh.
I don't know. If it is.
because and you may have to censor it.
Hmm.
He gets done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He will.
I
stop
didn't
a
think
person.
about Invincible like at all.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
It's
It's-
Amazon?
Yes.
It's so good.
It's good.
Omni Man, like, and
He's a hero.
slight spoiler. It happens in the first episode.
Yes.
He takes on the entire Justice League and kills them all. Just murders them all.
Systematically.
And not even like, it's not even like, oh, he's like Batman, now thinks him. He's just like, I'm just going to rip him apart.
Which is why I'm
Because
saying
he's Superman. He's Superman.
he gets stuff done.
I love an OP character.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
My next one is the Maestro, which for the not uncultured because that sounds
The unknowing.
the unknowing is the evil version of the Hulk,
Okay.
where he destroys every other superhero basically.
Yeah.
Like he's powerful. He looks great in a goatee beard thing. But yeah. And then Megamind for the exact opposite reason of Omni-Man.
Oh, I
he's just
love
like
Megamind.
Yeah.
he's just a fun villain.
He just, yeah.
I love that
As a
movie.
villain. As a hero, he was,
Whatever.
I had a fun villain too. And
I love that
he
movie.
didn't make
The showmanship
Gru?
was perfect.
My fun villain was Mojo Jojo.
Yeah.
Buttercup made the cut.
Mojo.
Yeah, but he didn't make the cut.
Him is,
am
I
Mojo
prefer him. I like to watch the episodes with him in it.
Yeah, those are my 5.
I also, what was her name? The princess one
Oh, I love her.
that wanted to be a powder puff
The
girl?
one that's just the character from
think her name was just
Cats Don't
Princess.
Dance, copied and pasted.
Yes.
I think it was just Princess.
Yeah, was her name Princess?
Princess something.
That was definitely her like.
I want to say Darla, but I think that's the character in Cats Don't Dance.
Yes, it is.
One of our producer to find it.
And then there's him.
Yes, I love him.
Princess Morbucks. Because she's
Morbucks.
rich.
Because she's
Morbucks.
rich, yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's a witch.
Yeah, he's
And
rich.
she, again, great character. I love a villain that is like just a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like vanity, pride, like has a really
Syndrome.
Cinderella. I'm not Cinderella. Cruella DeVille. Sorry.
You heard it here first.
Cinderella.
Cinderella is a villain.
I love Cruella.
Specifically, like I love all the iterations of it, but the Glenn Close Cruella is so
I love Cruella.
so good. All right, my villains. These are in order. I have 2 honorable mentions. One would be the Black Order from the Marvel Comics, specifically what?
That's a whole group.
Yeah, I didn't. That's why I didn't put them in the list. That's why they're honorable mentions.
You
There's
can
like,
separate anybody.
there's like 6 of them.
You can see my eye roll here.
But Proxima Midnight, I love.
Fair.
So they're there. Also, Emperor Palpatine, honorable mention. I love you, boo.
Okay. Since we're doing Star Wars and nobody told me, I could talk about Star Wars forever. I really like General Grievous. So,
Oh yeah.
if we're continuing on, now you can continue on. He's on my honorable mentions.
General Grievous is good.
In theaters when they tease
love
the
it.
last movie of the
General Kenobi.
of the most recent trilogy, and he laughs at the end of the trailer, I freaked out.
I love
So I didn't even watch the rest of the Marvel movie I was watching because I was so excited about Emperor Palpatine coming back. I love him. All right, number 5 would be Enchantress from DC. A good OP but weird character.
Mhm.
Number 4, this is a weird one for you Marvel fans. Mr. Sinister He was one of the mutants that
Mhm.
Apocalypse. Oh my gosh! I love that y'all know this.
He was big in X-Men 97.
Oh,
Like the
I
most. Yeah.
Oh, I need to watch this.
Is he the one
I
kind
lo-
of vamp?
He's just
Yes.
such a
Video
campy.
games.
He was very big in X-Men
He's
97. You
such
should.
a good.
He's like almost the big bad in X-Men
seen-
97.
I love him in the comics. Number 3, going back to DC, Killer Frost,
Ooh.
who for some
Guy or girl version?
the girl version,
Okay.
who's a really she's a very very powerful villain,
I don't know why I said
but
that.
just not
She's
against
always
the
a-
Flash. She's a Flash villain,
Yeah.
and so she's not very showy against him. But whenever they do crossover stuff, you're like, oh my goodness.
No, you are actually capable.
Yeah, she takes out Superman at one point. Like she's great.
Apologies, I was thinking Captain Cold when I said guy or girl.
Yeah, that's like
Killer Frost.
Killer Frost. There are so many. I didn't realize I
Ice
made this list.
villains.
There's so many DC ice villains. DC, go outside.
Because you got a lot of fast running people, so you got a slippery.
Yeah.
slow-
There's 2 fast running people. One is Superman. So
and Flash,
he
and
flies.
do you get all the iterations of Flash,
Flash is
Kid Flash,
A
all
lot
those
of
other things.
iterations.
All right. Number 2 is Magneto,
we all have Magneto on our list.
Yep.
because he's a great villain.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Every-
understood.
Every iteration of Magneto is just good.
Great. Like everybody that's ever played him has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Every time he's been animated, it's been
Sir Ian
phenomenal.
McKellen's
I don't remember what I had
Ian
an
McKellen
X-Men
and
video game that was
Fassbender?
Michael Fassbender. Yeah.
I had an X-Men video game on PlayStation 2 that was like it was like Mortal Kombat but X-Men. I don't know what it was. And I loved Magneto in that.
Injustice.
No, this was long ago. It's like
Okay. I was
when
like,
PlayStation 2 was
Marvel versus XCOM. No, that's Marvel, huh? Not DC.
And then my number 1 is Mystique.
She's on my list too.
And specifically the X-Men Evolution Mystique. The other one's also there, but I love that version of Mystique.
I really
Because she is
when we get to the
she's
superpowers,
because that one is
I
evil.
probably should have chosen Mystique.
She's evil.
Yeah.
Like
She's
yeah.
First of all, terrible mother.
Horrible.
We're not talking about parenting here.
The worst mother.
I love the text from superheroes.
We're
I left
not-
the trophy at the place where you threw me off the cliff. Okay, I'm sorry about it. No, seriously, I left it like, oh.
We're not taking
Where was that?
parenting skills in here because, like, let's face it, a lot of the superheroes and or villains are not great family members.
It's true.
But Mystique is great.
Also, moving back to top villains, I would also like to add to my honorable mentions Bucky Barnes. Villain Bucky Barnes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Just because the dynamic between him and Cap is great. Like a friend that you know is a friend, but the friend doesn't know that he's a friend, and it's
My favorite Marvel movie.
Winter Soldier?
Yes.
Oh, mine too.
Also, my favorite fight scene, I think. That bridge scene is one of my favorite fight scenes ever.
I think it's just like the first Avengers movie, like seeing all the side people
That
come
was-
together as a single, like that was really, really good.
That was good.
Like
I like all the Captain America movies.
I love.
nostalgia
I know
is a big
it's.
factor
I know
in
it's
a lot of this.
cheesy, but I love when they're all like together in a circle.
Yeah, he just did that with his hands.
Oh, I love that little moment.
It was
Alright.
it was good, and then everyone's used it way
Yeah.
too much
Since
sense.
then. Yep. Okay, so
Superhero.
now
show.
we're in the stupidest.
Yeah.
Okay. So for these, I would say the character and then a little blurb about why they're on the list.
I'm ready.
Okay,
you go first.
So because none of this is in order, except I just want to talk. I want to get the first one off the bat. Professor Xavier,
Okay, why?
Charles Xavier. He is a manipulating a-hole who like. There's a lot of theories on
Wow.
about it, but like it's one of those things that either A, he just isn't aware that he's doing it, but there's a lot of things that like the whole reason the school works is because he's just subconsciously manipulating everyone to be cool and like be chill and
And
things like
that's
that.
a stupid power?
No, but he's
Because the character
just a horrible, flawed person. Like I don't like that.
You don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Okay. But he's not
None of this is like
stupidest.
some of them are stupid. Some of them are just like
I don't like
the worst character, like a
Okay.
bad character.
You're so bad. I have to talk about it.
It's okay.
Then we get Red Hulk. Who is Gerald Ross? Who the hell gave him powers? Almost said a word.
This is a weird thing for me, but I don't think we always need
the opposite version
an
of a
opposite
superhero.
version of a superhero.
Yeah, no.
It is such
you
a
don't.
cop-out sometimes.
The only reason it worked with Superman is because Superman is who he is.
And I
He
get that,
needs
yes.
an opposite version of him.
I get that he becomes good, but like it's still
If your
who gave him
character
powers?
has a weakness, I don't see the sense of making another version
We
of
already
him.
had an opposite. Abomination was supposed to be Hulk's opposite. Like,
Yeah,
why
I
we need
just-
Red Hulk?
I'm not a huge fan of that.
So my 2 cents on that. I get it in comics wise because they have to put out like a different comic every week or every whatever month, whatever it is. But I don't get it like into the movie aspect or like other medias because, like you said, why would you do the exact same thing other than they're popular maybe when you could do something way more interesting?
I think it's just that the one that makes sense is Superman because Superman is so OP and so like good. Like his moral compass stays in the white, and the thought of having Superman but bad is scary. But people who it's like
Okay.
like a mid-tier power, there's no need. There's no need to have the complete opposite
All right.
of you.
Like Black Canary did not need a White Canary.
No.
There's
In the comic, there's a White Canary. She's a villain. Sorry, DC CW show that tried to make her not a villain.
I do know that one.
Yeah, stuff like that just doesn't need to.
My next one, I'm jumping around my list because I'm definitely saving my third person I have on here for last. We're gonna just jump to Turbo Man from Jingle All the Way.
Okay.
Not Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, I mean it was a TV show and everything. It's like it's Turbo Man. That's a stupid character.
Well, I think the Power Rangers powers suck, but they're not on my list. What are the Power Rangers powers, Steven?
Martial arts.
It's not a power.
Like Tail Man.
They change their outfits and they do martial arts.
No. Sorry, it was. I don't know what the correct term is, but when we appropriate the culture of another civilization, because like we just stole stuff. We stole scenes from Japan and then just put random American stuff over it.
Right.
That's
but
Power Ranger
they don't
powers.
have any powers anyways.
No, that's Power Ranger powers. The Gundams.
I always thought like the Power Rangers were cool. I think just aesthetically, but
I like the Power Rangers TV shows.
But I don't know if I ever like
powers.
watched them. I just like had the toys and the action figures.
Oh no, we watched.
I think
it.
it also depends on.
That was like my first.
The dinosaur ones have dinosaurs.
Yes, and
but like
there's a magic one where there's
the
like
magic one is the only one that makes sense. The dinosaurs ones have dinosaurs that they
have
embody.
Yeah, they get like,
but like
the one
they
guy
don't
gets
have powers.
He gets like he gets blue scales and invulnerable stuff.
Okay,
and,
that's fair.
They have some weird things.
Weird Power Ranger thing. One time, the yellow one is a bunny.
Well,
that's still weird to me.
The Mighty Morphin
Bunnies
have no
are
powers.
Aggressive.
Well, the yellow one's always a girl, so she doesn't have to be aggressive.
Going back into the DC world, Etrigan, the demon, because he only speaks in riddles because of a curse.
That's
or not
sucks.
riddles.
You can't
like
help that.
he speaks in limericks. He has to rhyme everything he says.
Oh no,
that sucks.
Yeah,
I leave the room.
That's
there
his
you go.
power?
That's it. Well, no, I mean he's a demon that is a crime fighter.
Oh,
but like he got cursed by a witch, and now
he's the main character. No,
No.
He just shows up in some other. He was in one of the DC movies I saw, Flashpoint Paradox. Beautiful movie.
Love that movie.
But he shows up and
travel.
he speaks in rhyme, and it's like, okay.
I'm not traditionally a time travel person.
I
will
hate time
say.
travel. I want both DC and Marvel to stay away from it. There's no science basis for it, and so if you expect me to understand what's going on, I can't because it's fake. It's fake science.
It just gets convoluted. Like it's
Everything's
so
about time travel now.
Marvel's so convoluted now.
Yeah.
Yes, everything's about time travel and jumping dimensions. Because that means there's no rules.
And my thing is, especially in a universe like Marvel DC, they're so vast.
Just let some people die.
Go to some other characters. Like there are tons. People didn't know who Scarlet Witch was 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Grab somebody else. Give Squirrel Girl a movie.
Just let some people die. That's a natural progression of life. Like we don't have to, because like now, if somebody dies in the Marvel universe, they're probably not dead.
Yeah.
We can go to another We can go to another dimension.
I'm
and get them.
happy
We can go
we-
back in time and get
I'm
them.
happy we got Tom Hiddleston Loki back.
Oh, absolutely. But now he's like
we didn't need that.
holding up the world in theory. Isn't that what he's doing right now?
I
Yeah.
didn't watch season 2.
Don't.
No,
It's bad.
I still like him.
Right, who's next?
I like Tom Hiddleston.
And then the last one I wanted to say for the end, Captain Planet.
You
Be-
oh,
be-
he has no
because
powers.
the reason why I think he's a stupid person is because without heart, he just becomes a villain.
Yeah.
Like you have fire, water, earth, and air, and then it's like and heart because I need you to be a good guy.
And that's poor Heart's only power.
Yeah,
Other ones
to keep Captain Planet help.
But he's like, I have
He
an animal friend, and I make you not a bad guy.
Yeah, he's like
I just picture him sitting on the battlefield like,
You know, the
he's
Mother
the-
Earth in that is voiced by Whoopi Goldberg.
no.
And we watched it recently, and it's like, is that Whoopi?
It's the D&D.
It was.
It's a D&D version of Calm Emotions.
Yes.
It just makes
Yeah,
everyone
basically.
chill. Yeah, that's why I think he's not a
You know what? I
bad
think
person,
Captain
just
Planet deserves to be
stupid.
kind of, evil. We are
He's a really
destroying
good
his
evil.
planet.
He's a really
Yeah.
good.
Well,
villain.
that's kind of the whole plot
Yeah.
of that.
I know.
That's the thing is they killed Hart, and that's why the world's going to crap right now.
Well, couldn't he just give? Don't they have rings? Couldn't they just get a ring from?
Went to a different planet, like Green Lantern's
Oh.
rings.
All right. So my list. These are some weird, deep comic book memories from my brain. Number 1 is Arm Fall Off Boy.
That's his name.
He can detach his limbs and use them as weapons.
Is this the same as the,
But if he
the
did-
catchable kid from
But if
the
he
Suicide
detaches
Squad?
his limbs,
Like he will take his arm and hit you with it.
why doesn't he just hit you with it?
Because that's not.
It's not
Is
cool
this-
the other way.
I
either.
know.
Is this
You notice what
catchable
list
kid
I
from
put
the
this
Suicide
on,
Squad?
right?
What's his run?
He's DC,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, he's DC. I will say I love you, DC, but you have a really weird list of heroes. You got some.
Have you seen some of the
You got a
Marvels?
couple of decades there. That's weird.
Have you seen some of the
Um,
Marvel stuff?
Captain Boomerang. I'm sorry. Boomerang is a stupid
dumb.
weapon.
It's
It's a
dumb.
stupid weapon.
It's a dumb weapon.
It's a dumb weapon.
Just use a bow and arrow.
The whole fake Australian, because every version they can't get an Australian person, and they're always like, "I'm gonna do this Australian accent," and the guy's like has a thick German accent trying to do an Australian accent. It's always bad.
Was
Bad.
Jai Courtney Australia?
Is he?
Indeed. I thought he did a pretty
Fairly
decent
okay.
Australian
It's okay.
accent.
It's fine. Number 3 is Leather Boy, who his powers are fetish based,
Oh.
and he looks like a Tom of Finland character in leather, ball gag, that kind of thing.
Oh.
Yes, actual character.
That's
Number 4 would be Captain Ultra. I'm waiting to show you Captain Ultra because
Okay.
I want to see you to just see him.
Captain Ultra for the
Oh, yeah.
editor.
So he's
You
really
gotta look it up on
he's
your own.
really powerful,
Okay.
Gross.
like kind of like a super. He's a Marvel Superman basically, except he's afraid of fire
Oh.
and really afraid of fire, so he doesn't ever do anything.
He's so afraid of fire he doesn't leave his house.
Oh yeah, no. Well, if he goes somewhere and there's a building on fire, he can't do anything because he's so frightened of the fire.
Therapy, Captain Ultra.
Yeah.
Therapy.
Therapy would be good for you.
Real quick, Jai Courtney is Australian.
Is he?
Maybe he was just putting it on extra.
Well, I
thick.
don't.
Definitely put it on extra thick.
His version is.
I mean, it was Suicide.
I guess his version isn't. His version
Yeah.
isn't my least favorite. I didn't really think of the Suicide Squad version.
I just thought
the
like
Suicide
I was
Squad
like
version is
decent
is the best one.
Australian
I was thinking more of the
accent.
cartoon ones.
Fair. Okay, sorry.
And then number.
Didn't want you getting hate in the comments.
It's fine. I can handle it. I hate myself. Honorable mention before I give you number 5 is Big Bertha, because she grows, but she doesn't get bigger. She gets fatter,
Mhm.
and as a fat person, I don't like it.
What's
For
Big
what?
Bertha from?
Does she? It's what a lot of people call things Big Bertha, but I don't know what she's from.
Let me show
I
you.
feel like
the part,
I
because
Is it to
she-
protect her organs?
Just be blob at that point.
I'm going to show you her.
Okay, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
She's Marvel.
Horrible movie. Great.
So here's what she looks like normally.
right.
That woman's name is Big Bertha.
And then she just become no, she's in Evolutions, right?
Yeah,
I
she.
feel like I saw her in Evolution.
Why did she become big?
To fight.
To fight.
Okay, to protect her organs. Does she
Yeah.
have to eat, or is it just like at will?
It's at will.
Oh, imagine you go.
And there's something in me like having this beautiful skinny supermodel character turn to this big fat thing.
Hmm.
She's supposed to be this image, this like a whole idea of like body positivity, and they kind of twist it this way. I just think
If she was truly body positive, she would
She
live
would
as Big Bertha
always
the whole
be-
time.
She would always
yeah,
be
she would
big.
always be Big Bertha. All right, number 5. I saved this one for last because Hannah Davis will love this one. Is Rainbow Girl.
Rainbow Girl.
Rainbow Girl grabs her powers from the spectrum of human emotion.
Okay.
Oh,
So her powers are they're
predictable.
Unpredictable.
yes.
So if like she's in a crowd and it's an angry mob, and she's gonna,
Yes.
Turn red?
or what does she do? Like, what does her power do?
Oh, let me just read your description of Rainbow Girl. I have it pulled up. First of all, she looks cool.
She
Oh
does
my
look.
goodness.
She looks very.
She's like a a purple bodysuit. She's got different rainbows on her.
And this is a stupid / worst character.
And she
Mhm.
again, this is from the early '60s, and the DC characters in the '60s are, crazy. So let's just give you a powers and abilities overview. She can harness all colors of the emotional spectrum, including red, blue, and green. However, this causes her emotions to change unpredictability. So she creates a pheromone field that resembles a rainbow that makes her irresistible to others.
Okay.
But then, she gets weird emotional side effects from that.
So she's really attractive and has mood swings.
Yeah, and then I guess she's kind of charismatic too.
What's the power in the first place?
The rainbow.
I don't.
That's so stupid. What the heck?
That's why she's on that list.
She sounds great.
It's so complicated.
And then you get her power, and it's like
It's really complicated.
what?
All right, so now we're to our power discussion.
No.
I haven't gone.
Oh, yeah, on yours. I'm sorry. I totally
I
forgot.
started that.
My stupidest are gonna get me under fire, but it's fine.
I have 5 honorable mentions.
I have Ant-Man on the list. One, because him as a character, like what is his name? Scott.
So Scott.
Scott's kind of stupid, but also because his power is way more powerful than it should be.
Yeah.
Like you turn it to there's no reason for you to
Scott
be so
Lang
OP.
version, not Hank Pym version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hank Pym I don't like because he's a turd.
He is.
But Scott Lang is the stupidest.
He beat Janet.
Yeah. I also have Peter Quill on the list because he's an idiot.
Yes.
He's the reason that.
Okay.
Which one was
I
that?
will-
Infinity War?
I will argue his decision to do that day and night. I will die on that hill. He is shown as a emotionally unstable man-child.
No, he RP'd correctly.
Right,
I don't have to like the emotionally unstable man-child.
I just don't like people. I just don't like when people are like, he shouldn't have done that. I was like, dude,
No, he definitely
do you not
shouldn't
know
have
the
done that.
character?
But the character would do
you
that.
not
But that
know
doesn't
the
mean that I
person?
have
He
to
would have
like the
done
character.
Yeah, no, I get that he is. Yeah,
Steven might hate me for this one. I put Gambit on the list. His power's so specific for no reason. And it's way more powerful than it should be.
I don't hate it. I saw his name several times, and I was like, I want to put him on the list because I like the Cajun accent, but that's literally all I like about it.
I don't dislike Gambit.
I like him with Rogue.
Like the character's good. I like his relationship with Rogue. The power that he has very specific and very weird.
I agree.
And then I have Tail from My Hero Academia because why is he in Class A? All he is a big muscular tail. He can't even use it to climb and stuff.
If it was a normal monkey tail where he could use it to his advantage, be much better.
And the top of the list, because it makes me angry every time, is Beast from X-Men. Because they say his power is his mutation, and it's not. His power is him being smart. But no, the reason he's an X-Men is because he's blue.
Yeah,
it's stupid. It's stupid.
I'd say even in the movies they make it so that when he injects himself, his mutation evolves.
His mutation is like his feet are weird.
Yeah.
He's just a smart guy. That's why he's an asset to the X-Men. But no, his power, quote, quote, is that he's blue in the comics and he's blue and furry. And then he spends so much energy trying to find a cure for his weird feet for some reason.
Yeah, leave your shoes on.
Just leave your shoes on. Nobody cares that much.
How often do people
Like,
look at your feet?
can you imagine walking up to Nightcrawler and being like, I hate being a mutant. My feet are so weird.
Or Rogue.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Sorry, y'all both had Storm as your favorite people, but
Yes.
I will never forgive her for what she said to Rogue.
Yes.
When Rogue was like, "Can we really be cured?" Like, no,
We're not
because we
being
don't need to be cured. It's like,
Yeah.
I kill people I touch. You make weather storms.
You make clouds.
Fall.
But to be fair, Storm is not like a human. Like well, they're none of them are, but she's like. Well, I was talking to Red about it. She's like a deity.
Yeah,
like she does not speak
she's
like
a
a
league all her-
human
She is a
or
goddess.
like a human or anything. So like I don't think that it computes to her. And my honorable mention is Condiment Man. He's a Batman villain. Look him up. He exists. Condiment King. I'm so sorry.
How dare?
How dare you? Or Batman.
I have 5 honorable mentions that I just couldn't put in anywhere. If y'all are okay with me, just throwing it out real quick.
Go for it.
Pepsi Man.
Okay.
Honorable mention from the best because
You
Pepsi.
like Pepsi?
Yeah. The Spider-Man. My favorite is Tobey Maguire. The best Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you.
Worst, Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of Power Rangers, best Tommy Oliver.
I like Tommy. I like the character of Tommy, but the Red Power Ranger, how is he different from the Blue Power Ranger?
He does go into the Dino Thunder
because
stuff.
He's more of a leader.
He sits in a different part of the Megazord. That's the only difference.
And then for both best and worst, My Hero Academia, Izuku Midoriya Deku.
Yes, because it's so powerful, but it sucks so bad, and it's so complicated.
Honestly, his superpower is the fact that he can come up with schemes like that.
His superpower is his complete disregard for his body.
Yeah.
Right.
And the fact that he can eat hair.
So, to our quick power discussion, what is the best superpower? You got to say, you don't. It doesn't have to be your favorite. What do you think is the best superpower?
I have 2.
What?
And it is Mystique's power of shapeshifting.
Yes.
Not Beast Boy's power of shapeshifting. Mystique's. Because Mystique could do Beast Boy, but Beast Boy could never do Mystique.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then teleportation.
Okay.
No. I say cloning powers, not like how Rogue would clone powers, but...
Oh, getting to use someone else's powers?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
I thought you were saying like cloning something.
There's a guy from
copy their powers.
Yes.
There's like some random villains like in DC. If you use your power against them, they get it for us amount of time. And
Agatha.
Yeah. Well, she absorbs your magic. She doesn't get your actual talent.
That's true.
She just kind of gets your strength, I guess. And what do you say?
So shapeshifting mistakes because my other thing was, and we'll get to in the worst, is the fact that almost all variations. I don't know if it's just something that she can do, but you also copy the voice as well. So
I think it's because it goes to the point where she copies her vocal cords.
Yeah, like you don't have to fake it. Like you just are them. That's great. The other one is super strength because there's a lot of good superpowers that you need super strength to be able to handle the superpower.
That's true. Yeah. It would be very helpful in just normal day to day too. Like it would be useful.
What do you think the worst power is?
Rogues.
Yeah, I said
big drawback. Yeah.
I said mind reading that you can't turn off.
That would suck too.
Yeah.
Poor Dolores from Encanto that hears things.
Like knowing what everybody you've ever met thinks about you.
I said mimicry, which is the portion of the thing, but so the fact that you could like mimic someone's voice to a T, it's great. That could be wonderful in personal use, but as a superpower,
it's a supervillain power. Mimicry is a supervillain,
but like
there are powers that are inherently supervillain.
And so, like in My Hero Academia, there's a guy who can mimic people's voices, but it's just to. If they respond to that voice, then they get mind control. It's like it's in addition to something else. But the actual worst superpower, glow in the dark. Thank you, Sky High.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Or the girl that turns into a guinea pig,
or the girl in the class that turns into a bouncy ball.
Love Sky High. I love Sky High.
The kid that melts. Melting actually is not.
That's not terrible.
That's not terrible.
If you can move,
guinea pig girl is awful.
Yeah, he can.
Can he?
Yes, he does that in the movie.
He like it's not fast. He like
he just like shoot.
like a puddle kind of like
Okay.
drips.
Because I'm thinking of like lava.
Glow in the dark is definitely the worst one. You are correct.
Glow in the dark. Okay.
Because it's not even that bright.
No.
Now, what power would you want?
We talked about that already.
Did we? I guess said what the best power was.
Oh, teleportation.
So you said mine, which is also teleportation. Specifically, I wrote it. I would need the conscious spatial awareness. I looked up all the teleportation. Conscious spatial awareness, which just means like, oh, I want to teleport to this place, but I'm aware that something's there, so I would
land on
maneuver. I can maneuver myself to not be splinched or
right. I'm not trying to get splinched. I'm not trying to train. I'm not trying to teleport like 20 feet in the air.
And then instant transmission type, which is like Goku and stuff. And then I said I could be convinced to like I have to have been to a place to be able to teleport to it. And also that I would have to focus on teleporting to actually like teleport, not just
in the movie Jumper. Jumper, they have to be able to see it.
Yeah,
like a picture,
like a picture of it.
He has like postcards, and
like that. I would like.
He has like a jump pad, all the pictures, places.
I would just put it because I thought it was just because he had been there, and
the airport
because he
everywhere.
Yeah,
and then just jump.
If I didn't have to have limitations, though, it'd be instant transmission with knowing that I'm not going to telefrag into something.
And mine would be, I know this is a cop out to lots of things, but I would like elemental control.
Okay.
I just think it would be
Avatar.
Sorry, I've liked it for a long time.
Avatar.
If I had to pick one, I would want water. But
elemental control's fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to Benjamin it from the Twilight universe?
Yeah. There's so many things. What is it? The House of Night series has element control in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like that. I think
I really need to read that book.
That'd be fun.
I started reading it.
The House of Night series?
Yes, I think that
is podcast discussion for another day.
It's the worst. I'm sorry, it's the worst book I've ever read.
If they're so bad, it's good.
They're so bad, it's good. If you read them,
there's like
that's
grammar.
The marked trade.
There's like grammar typos, and that's how bad.
And then they're also.
I stopped reading it. My dad started reading it, and I didn't want to read something.
They're also like
when I was
adult,
14.
And they're written by a mother-daughter, which is weird.
That's really
very
weird.
Yeah. All right.
No offense, but very.
Final discussion. Favorite game from the channel this past month?
Dixit Stella. Hard stop. I had so much fun playing that.
I didn't play that one, but it looked fun.
It looked so fun.
I gotta say, I really like Power Grid. I liked the group that we played Power Grid with. I liked that session was fun. I liked that game. It's a long one, but I really enjoyed playing that one again.
Y'all might be thinking Concordia, but no, honestly, I wasn't lying. Power Grid is one of my favorite games. Like,
yeah, it was
love
fun.
it so much.
Listen, I was just glad that it was an all boy because I know I would hate it.
The thing with Stella is I don't like that my chances of winning are depending on other people having the same mindset as me.
Yeah.
That's the only part that I didn't like about it.
Yeah, I think
it looks so fun.
It was really fun.
It looks so fun.
The cards are really pretty.
I don't think I would have chose 10.
No, most
everyone
wouldn't.
Else choosing 4.
Most wouldn't choose 10. That was so.
Oh, thank goodness.
Right.
Oh no, I was making a joke. Hilarious.
All right, well, thank you for tuning in to our really nerdy conversation today.
We will have more.
We will have more coming on. So that was the Frenchie Farts podcast. Thank you, Steven, for coming on today.
Thanks for having me. I love you guys.
Oh, thank you.
I was talking to the audience.
Oh.
No, I love you. I love you guys.
That's depressing. All right. Well, we'll catch you next time because that's just the way we roll. I rolled a really large dice.
8.
Loser.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.